Here.
Thank you. And if you would all please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Madam Mayor, may I speak on the side?
On the Pledge of Allegiance or the roll call? That's a first, but sure. Come forward, Mr. Barich.
Good evening, Council. Members of the public. I want to thank Mr. Dell'Osso tonight for standing aside from the American flag during the pledge. That's the right thing to do. That's proper etiquette, and I think at times credit needs to be given where credit is due. Patty Minnis, when she was on the City Council, stepped to the side so the flag would be in full view of everybody in the room as a common courtesy. So did Harold Berkemeyer. So did yours truly, Councilman George Barich. Let me think who else stepped to the side. Mr. Lamman did not. Mr. Lamman wanted to stand in front of the American flag over multiple requests to please move to the side. And I do want to give you credit, sir, Mr. Dell'Osso, for doing the right thing and stepping aside. It's a minor inconvenience, and I think it shows a lot of class. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to approval of minutes. And sorry, unless there's anybody else from the public who would like to comment on the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, seeing none, I will close public comment. We'll move on to approval of minutes and notice of reading of all resolutions and ordinances introduced and or adopted under this agenda. So this is for the regular meeting we had on August 11th. Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? May the record reflect that's a 5-0 vote in favor of passage. Now we'll move on to the housekeeping items, for which I will turn to our city clerk. So this is for the regular meeting we had on August 11th.
Thank you, Mayor. For the benefit of everyone in attendance, please observe the following. Silence electronic devices, including cell phones. Audience members are advised that the chamber and hallways carry sound, so please keep conversations to a minimum or conduct them outside the building. Photographs or video recordings using tripods or other means that would be distracting are to be taken only from the designated media area along the south wall of the chamber. Members of the public wishing to address the council are asked to complete a separate speaker card for each item. Speaker cards are located on the table inside the entrance to the chamber. Place the completed speaker card next to the city, and give the speaker card to the city clerk, and when their name is called, speakers should come forward to the podium and direct their comments to the city council.
Thank you for that. Yes, Mr. Barich.
Thank you, Mayor, for the audience's benefit. My name is George Barich. I'm a former Cotati City Councilman here. And I'd like to say, for the betterment of the community, I think it's important once again to point out that we have no housekeeping rules that are official. We have no procedures whatsoever that were ever voted on by the City Council on how the public is supposed to proceed during these meetings. And over a couple of years of objections to the fact that many cities put forth a policy on how they want the public to conduct themselves, whether they want their phones to be turned off, where the media could stand or should stand, whether they can fill out speaker cards or not. And it's actually brought to the City Council and brought before the public for a formal vote. But this City Council refuses to do things the right way. And it is disturbing that the Council will not entertain the fact that this needs to be done. Somehow these rules were conjured up behind closed doors by the city manager or the city clerk, and I guess the people who come into these meetings late now have no idea about these rules, because now the City Council doesn't even print these rules in the agenda like they used to. So I guess it's just for the people who happen to be here on time. But also, a couple of the rules here are illegal. It is illegal for the City Council to require any member of the public to fill out a speaker's card in order to address its local government. This is old news. It's in your council members' handbook. It's been reminded to you over and over again that it is a misdemeanor, violation of state law, that filling out a speaker card is to be optional. And you owe the public an apology, and you also owe them an explanation why you continue to skirt proper procedure and good governance. Good governance is all about trying to do the right thing and relying on the public to help you, who have some knowledge on how this stuff is supposed to be done, to come before you and ask you to do a little research and do your homework and then come back and just do the right thing. That's what adults do. That's what real city leaders do. So I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to keep coming before you and asking you to please do the right thing for the betterment of the community. Right now we have no housekeeping rules. We have no housekeeping items, and this is all a hoax on our community. Please do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I know this has come up a couple of times, and that's one of the reasons why we have on the speaker card that we respectfully request people to fill out the speaker cards. And I know that it